An abandoned helicopter rests silently on the damp ground, its massive metal body scarred by time, rusted by years of neglect, and slowly being reclaimed by nature. Moss creeping along its surface and rainwater collecting in every crack and hollow, making it look less like a machine and more like a forgotten relic of another era. And as the forest breathes around it with quiet patience, a lone man enters the scene, walking steadily through the muddy earth with heavy boots, his posture confident and purposeful. His appearance rugged and strong, wearing practical clothes shaped by years of physical labor, his beard thick and weathered, his eyes sharp with focus. And around his waist hangs a tool belt filled with instruments that suggest skill, experience, and intent. Because this man did not come here by accident, he came with a vision. And as he stops in front of the helicopter, he studies it carefully from every angle, moving slowly around its massive frame, touching the rusted metal. Listening to the hollow echoes beneath his knocks, observing the broken windows, the damaged panels, the lifeless rotor blades frozen in time above. And while many would see only decay and abandonment, he sees opportunity, potential hidden beneath layers of corrosion and neglect. And after a long moment of silent observation, he reaches for the side door and pulls it open, the metal creaking loudly as if protesting after years of stillness. And without hesitation, he steps inside, testing the floor carefully as the structure shifts slightly beneath his weight, and standing there in the silence, he imagines something entirely different from what exists. And that imagination becomes the beginning of transformation, because the work starts immediately as he begins removing everything that no longer belongs, unbolting old seats and dragging them outside, tossing broken equipment into the mud, pulling out useless wiring, stripping away the remnants of the helicopter's past life, piece by piece, hour after hour, day after day, working through rain and cold, his hands growing rough, his clothes soaked, his boots coated in mud. Yet his focus never breaks. And once the interior is emptied, hollow and exposed, he turns his attention to the outside, scraping rust from the metal skin, hammering away weakened areas, pulling branches, leaves, and debris from the roof, clearing years of forest growth that had claimed the machine, slowly revealing its true shape again. And as the helicopter begins to look less forgotten, he moves back inside to begin reinforcing the structure, sealing cracks, strengthening weak points, repairing the floor so it can support weight. Working carefully and methodically, because this is not about speed, it is about precision and durability. And when the structure is secure, the true transformation begins as warm, natural wood replaces cold metal. Wooden planks laid carefully across the floor, each one measured and aligned, changing the sound of the space from hollow echoes to solid reassurance. Walls are built, cabinets crafted, storage compartments fitted into every possible corner. Grey, rain-soaked forest outside. Curtains are added to the windows, bringing softness and privacy. A small hand-crafted kitchen counter takes shape. Shelves appear. A comfortable couch is placed inside, and suddenly the helicopter is no longer empty, no longer cold, no longer abandoned. It becomes a shelter, a home, a place of warmth and purpose, and outside the rain continues to fall steadily as the forest watches silently, mist drifting between trees, while inside the helicopter glows with life. And when the man finally steps back to observe his work, standing in the doorway with his hands resting on his hips, his tool belt hanging heavy at his sides, his expression calm and quietly proud, the transformation is complete, because this is no longer just a repaired helicopter. It is a symbol, a reminder that even the most forgotten things can be reborn through patience, effort, and vision. That decay does not mean the end, and that with skill and determination, something broken can be reshaped into something meaningful. And as the helicopter stands there in the heart of the forest, still rugged on the outside, still marked by time and rust, but warm and alive within, it tells a powerful story without words, a story of survival, creativity, and renewal.